What is reproduction?
It's a way of like organisms when they reproduce to continue their species. It is a process
Hmm?
for continuity of the species of an organism.
Correct. The process of formation of new individual from the existing one. That is reproduction. Let's see why this reproduction is it essential life process?
Ma'am, it is like it is not essential, but it is used. No, wait, I don't know. You tell.
It is not essential for an individual person. If she or he doesn't reproduce, it doesn't matter. But on future, if you see future, we need what? Number of people, right?
Yeah.
New species to continue the life on Earth. Because of that, reproduction is essential. So for species, it is essential process, not for individual. Okay. Survival of a species, it is very important. Okay.
Okay.
And because of this reproduction, new species will be added, and also it will replace the dead. Hello, Ria.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Next is also what will happen here. This reproduction, it will help the organism to adapt. That is very important. Okay, from one generation to next generation. Okay, let's see this all. So the essential is reproduction is not essential to maintain life of an organism. Okay, it is essential for continuation of life on Earth, addition of new species, replacement of dead organism, transfer of adaptation and variation from one generation to the another. Okay. So what is the what happens in reproduction? Basically, what happens here? There will be creation of DNA copy. Okay. So DNA copy will be created, and there will be additional what? Cellular apparatus. That means cell organelles. So this is the basic thing which will happen. This is the cell nucleus. Inside we have DNA. So DNA copy will be made. Then what will happen? DNA copy. After this, it will split up, right? Here, additional cellular apparatus will be there. Already here it is there for the original one. From the DNA, all the other organelles will also be formed. Okay. So this is the basic thing. Okay. And there are two modes of reproduction. What are those? Asexual and sexual reproduction. Asexual.
Ma'am, two parent is involved.
Asexual. That means only singular parent is involved. Okay. And it is rapid mode of reproduction. It happens quickly. And here the cell division, which type of cell division will be there? Mitosis. And there will be no fusion of gametes. Okay. That is very important. And in the sexual reproduction, it is slow process. And here meiosis will be involved. And there will be fusion of gametes. Okay. And here many variation will be there. In the asexual reproduction, there won't be many variation, but the progeny will be a copy of the parent in asexual reproduction. But in the sexual reproduction, there will be variation. This asexual reproduction, it is very common in unicellular organism. And what is the characteristic? Rapid mode of multiplication. Cell division takes place mitotically and amitotically. Okay. And here there will be mitosis. Here new individual produced after cell division will be genetically identical or clone to their parent. A single parent is involved. Opposite sex are not involved. It does not involve fusion of gametes. No fusion of gametes are involved. In the sexual reproduction, what do we have here? We have, it happens in multicellular organism. Okay. Mostly multicellular organism. And here the male and female individuals are there. Okay. They produce new generation by fusion of gametes. Here the characteristic, it is not rapid mode of reproduction. Cell division involves meiosis. Okay. During gamete formation. Then new individual production after cell division exhibit variation. Fusion of male gamete with female gamete takes place. This is sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. We'll talk more about that in detail. Now let's see this. DNA, where is it present? It is present in the nucleus of the cell in the form of what? Chromosome. So with the help of this biochemical reaction, cells will build up copy of their DNA during reproductive phase. During reproductive phase, what will it do? it will build their copy of DNA copies, okay? And DNA present in cell will act as information source. It will help in the making of different proteins of the cellular mechanism of the cell, which makes up different body design of an organism. How does this variation happens while copying, DNA copying? There are many steps involved. Okay, what will happen if those in that steps, some variation will occur? Okay, because of that, there will be what difference in the DNA copy. So this, what will happen after that? There will be variation occurring. So this variation or mutation, it will be, sometimes it will be beneficial for an organism, or it will be what? Fatal for an organism. Okay, both the case will be happen.
Beneficial and
Fatal. That means the organism could die.
oh, okay, that I know.
Variation. Okay. Now, importance of this variation. The importance of this variation. Why is it important? Suppose there are bacteria living in an area. Okay, and they are adapted to particular temperature. Okay? And what will happen if we increase this environment temperature will be increased? What will happen? All the bacteria will be dead. But suppose in that population some variation has occurred. Some bacteria are highly resistive to the heat. So if the temperature is increased, those bacteria will survive, and they will go on to make more bacteria. So this species of bacteria will survive. So variation is very important. It is very important for the survival of species. You see, this is the DNA. It is double stranded. We have sugar group. This is the sugar group, and we have phosphate, and we have base. Base, it could be adenine, thymine, guanine, or cytosine.
What's cytosine?
These are all bases, okay? Nitrogenous compound, which make up our DNA. So this thing here, right? This thing here is one strand. The same way there will be other strand like that. The same way.
Is it possible for DNA to break?
Sometimes what will happen, some mutation, if it is occurring, there will be some bases could be deleted, or there will be inversion, or the whole DNA, it won't go. Okay? There will be deletion, there will be insertion, there will be substitution, something like that. Those things happens. If those things happen, what will happen? Mutation will occur.
Okay.
So because of that, only genetic diseases will be occurring. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now you see here this A. Here, it could be adenine, or thymine, or guanine, or cytosine. Understood? This thing here, this is the one strand I'm telling about. Okay. Here we have phosphate and sugar, and then this is the base. Many bases. This will be continuing. Okay. This adenine will bind with thymine of the other strand. I told you two strands are there, right? Will bind with thymine. Hydrogen bond.
Okay.
Hydrogen bond, okay? And guanine will bind with cytosine. Okay? Triple hydrogen bond, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
If one pair is having adenine, the next strand will be having what? Thymine. Always remember that. And if one strand is having guanine, the other strand will be having what? Cytosine. Okay. So they both will be what? Bound to each other. Okay. They will be close together. Now, modes of reproduction. In that we had what? Asexual and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, we are going to talk about that. There are different types of asexual reproduction, okay? We have fission, we have fragmentation, we have regeneration, budding, vegetative propagation, tissue culture, spore formation. Now this fission means splitting, okay? Fusion means fuse, joining, okay? So this fission, meaning here in this reproduction, organism will be split and they will form, what will they will form?
An offspring?
What?
Ma'am, what was the question?
I was telling that in fission, what will happen? The organism will split. And what do they will be formed? Can you tell? What forms?
The two new of the same organism.
Yes, two daughter cells, right? This will lengthen. Next, two daughter cells. This is the most common method of reproduction. Okay, in the unicellular organism, and this example is amoeba. And there is another. This is called what? Binary fission. Why binary? Because there is formation of two daughter cells, two new individual. Okay. Then there is another type of fission that is called multiple fission. Okay. In this is the cell, and here we have nucleus. And during unfavorable condition, what will happen? There will be formation of cyst, a wall. Okay. Next, here there will be formation of
A multiple daughter cells?
yes,
Ma'am, is it a fixed number or it's
not fixed number. When favorable condition is given, what will happen? This wall will break off and the daughter cells will come out. This happens in Plasmodium, malarial parasite. Okay. Yeah, here we have, right? You can see this is also binary fission. Here you will see this organism is what? Leishmania. Okay. In this figure, you can see this is Leishmania, and here the flagella. One is big one, another one is small, right? You can see here one is there, then the other one will be growing. Another flagella will grow, and there will be formation of nucleus also. Yes.
no, Ma'am, I had to ask the nucleus question.
Which is
Ma'am, you just said the nucleus is also formed. I just had to ask that.
okay. So first there will be formation of flagella in this case. Then there will be formation of what? Nucleus, DNA copying. Okay. Then there will be what? Splitting up. Like this, it will split up, and two new daughter cell will be okay. Two new Leishmania will be produced. So binary example is amoeba and Leishmania. And in this amoeba, right, anywhere you can see reproduction will happen. But in this case, the reproduction is happening in only particular orientation. And this multiple fission already we learned. Next we have fragmentation. This happens in Spirogyra. Okay, multicellular organism. Okay, it happens in multicellular organism like Spirogyra. It is an algae. Yeah, algae. Okay, the Spirogyra are filamentous. Okay, we cut into many fragments. However many fragments we want. What will happen? There will be growth of new individual. From those fragments, complete new Spirogyra will be formed. Next, we have regeneration. Regeneration, where does it happen? It happens in planaria or hydra. In lizard also it happens. Okay, like tail of a lizard, not the whole thing, not the whole part, only tail of the lizard. If it breaks off, new tail is formed. That is regeneration. In the case of planaria, if we cut any parts of the planaria, what will happen? New individual will form. Even if we cut head, new individual is forming. Okay, new individual planaria is forming. Next is budding in hydra. In hydra, outgrowth will be formed. Okay, and that outgrowth will be growing, and after it gets into it develops, what will happen? It will be cut off from the parent body, and it will form new hydra. That is budding. In the yeast also this thing happens, budding. Sometimes it will be like this. It doesn't detach. Okay, yeast. Okay, after sometimes it detaches from this parent cell, and it forms its own yeast. Okay. Next thing is vegetative propagation. In this type of asexual reproduction, a part of plants, okay, like stem, root, leaves, they will develop into new plant. Okay, that is vegetative propagation. In potato, we have eye, right? From that only new bud will be formed, and from there only new potato will be formed. And in Bryophyllum, we have leaf. From leaf itself, new organism will be formed, right? And this is ginger. From this rhizomes, from this nodes, what will be formed? New individual. Ginger will be formed. If we put this in soil, okay, then in dahlia, this roots, right? From this roots only, if we cut, new individual will be formed. New individual plant of dahlia. Next, onion. From bulb of the onion, if we plant this, new individual onion will be formed. These all things are what? Natural vegetative propagation. Now, artificial vegetative propagation, how it is done? It is done by us. Have you seen, we cut, for rose planting, we take stem, we cut it, then we plant it, right? That is artificial propagation. And there is also one more thing, grafting. Okay, we cut this plant in slanting way. Okay, this is root part of the graft. Okay, this is called stalk. Another branch, okay, trunk branch from the another tree, we take it and we put it here. This part is called scion. Okay, then we join both the thing are joined with a piece of cloth or polythene stick, whatever. Okay, this is called grafting. Understood, Riya and Shazan?
Yes, ma'am, got it.
Then another method is layering. How this is done is, okay, this is the plant. Okay, here many leaves will be there. Okay, leaves and all will be there. One of the branches, it is pushed inside the soil. Okay, pushed inside the soil. After that, from that, what will happen? New plant will start to grow, and after that, this will be cut. Okay, this is layering. Jasmine, it is done like this. Okay, the simplest method is cutting. In the case of rose plant, we cut the stem and we plant it. Understood? Vegetative propagation. These all method were artificial vegetative propagation. Understood? Understood or not? Any doubt?
Yes, ma'am, understood.
And Riya?
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
And tomorrow you guys have test in respiration. Riya, have you checked your answers in the nutrition?
Yes, ma'am.
You can do that homework, okay? After the test, okay, respiration test, you will do homework. You will write that paper, okay? Nutrition paper, T1 paper, okay? Riya, got it? And submit it again. Then I will be leaving. In the next class, we'll learn about tissue culture and spore formation. After that, sexual reproduction, okay? Okay, bye then.